now I'm going to answer the activity number 6, which is the Excel trial exercise. The first thing I do is I type my name, Juchilin O. Alumbro, and the data section, which consists of January sales, cost 100,000, sales growth rate 2%, selling expense ratio 60%, general expenses 19,000. And let's proceed to the answer section. So the first one is we need to get the sales, the selling expenses, the general expenses, total expenses, and net income for the month of January. So the sales for the month of January is equals to D7, 100,000. And the expenses is consist of selling expenses and general expenses. The selling expenses is equals to D7 times the D9 equals to 60,000. The general expenses is equals D10 or 19,000. So next is the total expenses equals B17 plus B18 equals to 79,000. And the net income for January is equals B15 minus B15 minus the B19. So the net income is 21,000. So let's proceed for the month of February. So the sales for the month of February is equals B15 times 1 plus D8 equals to 102,000. And the selling expenses is equals to C15 times D9 equals 61,200. The general expenses is equals to D10, which is 19,000. So the total expenses for the month of February is equals to C17 plus C18 equals 80,200. And the net income is equals to C15 minus C19. So the net income for the month of February is 21,800. Let's proceed to the month of March. So the sales for the month of March is equals to C15 times 1 plus the D8 is equals to 104,040. And the selling expenses is equals to D15 times D9. 62,424. So the general expenses is equals to D10. So the total expenses for the month of March is equals D17 plus D18, which 81,424. And the net income for the month of March is equals to D15, which is the sales, minus the D19, or the total expenses, is equals to 22,616. And let's proceed for the month of April. So the sales for the month of April is equals to D15 times 1 plus D8, which is the sales growth rate, equals to 106,120.8. The selling expenses for the month of April is equals to E15 times D9, which is the selling expense ratio, equals 63,672.48. And the general expenses is equals D10, which is 19,000. And the total expenses for the month of April is equals to E17, which is the selling expenses, plus E18, which is the general expenses, equals to 82,672.48. And the net income for the month of April is equals to E15, which is the sales for the month of April, minus the total expenses, which is the E19, equals to 23,448.32. And let's proceed for the month of May. So the sales for the month of May is equals E15, which is the sales for the month of April, times 1 plus the D8, or the sales growth rate, equals 108,243.216. The selling expenses for the month of May is equals to the sales of the May for the month of May, which is the F15, times D8, which is the sales growth rate, equals 20. So the selling expenses for the month of May is equals to F15 times D9, which is the selling expense ratio, equals to 64,945.9296. The general expenses is equals to V10, 19,000. So, the total expenses for the month of May is equals to F17 plus the F18, or the selling expenses plus the general expenses. So the answer is 83,945.9296. And the net income is equals to F15, which is the sales for the month of May, minus the total expenses. So the answer is 24,297.2864.